we just go. Ledge Mod Venezia would be a chain smoking. Absolutely, yes it would. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our second round of the day. This is CITA versus TK, so Citarella versus Team Crado. Up to the north, wearing green, CITA has Comics the Pirate in a Yu Yang again. This is a Smoke Yu Yang. Her drill in a Shimakaze. And with torpedo reload instead of unique upgrade. And check that out button, he's leaving a flag in port. Real King Cool Cat is in a Z42. Oh, really? I didn't know about that. Thank you, Blue. Italian Junkie is in a unique upgrade Moskva. We've got M. Jester again in the Utrecht with, what's his name? Heinrich as a captain. We have Master Graph now in a Howden Lu. So I guess he said, I need a little bit more tanky-ishness and a little bit less PVO-ness. So there you go. And then we finally have Latino Heat in his Vermont again. Tell us about the South, por favor.
Well, for Team TK, we have a Marcelo's hauling butt to apples. We have a Gearing set up for Smoky Smoke, it looks like. With a Nevsky. It's the first Nevsky I think we've seen today.
Oh, no.
A unique upgrade Moskva. A Wisconsin. Set up for a typical American tankiness battleship build, I would believe.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a Marsili set up for a Pew Pew. Then we have the Des Moines, who's No Brain Smoke Train. Unique upgrade, who doesn't have his smoke train, so maybe he's got a brain?
Yeah, you can see the Gearing and the Nevsky sailing together. I mean, gee, I wonder what they're going to do.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say have torpedoes sent at them.
Well, so, yeah, probably. Here comes the smoke. And Gandolfi's just going to hang out. We saw the previous tournament, Warship Masters, we saw Kitty Mod in the final set with a Nevsky. TWA finding a way to bring out that Smoke Death Snail back into that tournament, despite Gearing and Hargamo and so many other ships being so expensive, it priced that out for most teams. And Blue, no, if you won the code, check your whispers. It should have been whispered to you by the bot.
The all-knowing bot.
The all-knowing bot. Some early hits on Lord T. Kriegers. More so. And here comes the Dutch oven. Ah, it's on the Wisconsin. Yeah, no worries. Congratulations. And thanks for the corrections with Passion and everything. I just know them from the tournament, so.
Well, we got a butt fire on Wisconsin, who's wisely just going to let it burn.
YOLO'd and lost your ship for nothing. Ouch. Now, I saw your comment, Cthulhu, about Yu Yang being smoke versus radar. And generally speaking, both works fine in the tournament. It really just depends how they want to use the boat. A radar Yu Yang, you will typically see more suited for guns, because its job is to, you know, try to hunt down and eliminate the enemy destroyer, like the Gearing, for example. But the way that Cita's been using comics is he is doing exactly the opposite of what Alphax's Gearing is doing. He's smoking up his cruiser to sit in the Death Snail, and he's luck chucking deep water torpedoes, which you can do. I mean, he had great effect with those deep waters last game against the Moskva, and Kendolfi's in trouble because he's trying to turn out, and there just happens to be an island here blocking him. Now there's a convenient Nevsky-sized gap in these torpedoes. Gandolfi like doesn't even have to worry about dodging these, which is kind of funny. And they went underneath Alphax because they are deep water torpedoes. So he spots them, but you know, doesn't take any damage. That's the negative of bringing a ship like the Yu Yang, is that the deep waters are not effective against other destroyers. All that being said, I think Gandolfi is going to be first blood here as he gets Dutch ovened.
I don't see him getting out of this. So.
No.
Looks like I was wrong. He got out of it, but just not the way he wanted to.
That's correct. That's correct. Tactical Notzer indeed.
Well,
Meanwhile,
while that was gone, the poor Wisconsin has no health left.
well, Latino and Melanie have both been, I think, trading blows. Yeah, he's taken 30K from the Vermont and almost looks like 44,000 from the Haolu. Latino Heat has taken almost 52,000 from No Brains Des Moines. Wow.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say they're trying to make a play, but they're giving up way too much HP already to the point of they're almost out of this game.
Well, I think the biggest problem here is Melanie's Wisconsin, because Dutch ovens don't care about your positioning, and so you're almost encouraged to keep moving. But King Coolcat, look at this. Brilliant position for King Coolcat. He was there the whole time, and all he has to do is kind of rotate a little bit. And Master Graph pops forward, gets a decent AP salvo into him. And here comes the Dutch oven to finish him off. Or the Vermont can do it. But the bombs still look like fun, don't they?
Well, I mean, here's the thing now. Like, you have this push going on to B. A is completely won. You can see they're starting to rotate. The Gehring got spotted and he's low held. I'm still not a fan of the YY smoke train over Agumo Summers Gehring.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's working. Like, it has worked in the past. I prefer torpedoes that can hit everything.
Well, sure. Yeah, clearly it's been working, and Alphax's Gehring's taken a bunch of damage. Looks like both Utrecht and Yu Yang whacking him, probably when Italian Junkie had used a radar. Maybe they just spotted him on the surface. Yeah, they spotted him on the surface because Junkie hasn't even used his radar yet.
I was YY, just go right at the Gehring. Who cares if you trade? The Gehring's gone. That
Oh, absolutely.
Still leaves the Moskva in a 2v1.
Yep. Or at the very least, just try to proxy spot him. You know, you get within 2 kilometers, and you happen to have a teammate that's perfectly suited for killing destroyers.
The enemy is about
Hey,
to
look! A deep water torpedo hits the bow of Gummy Hup. Oh, double fires. DCP down. There's the execution on the Gehring.
Well, Des Moines should be the next kill here, or the Moskva, one of the two.
Ooh.
Well, Des Moines.
Yeah, we weren't keeping an eye on that. So much going on in both parts of the map here. I guess I can kind of do something like this so we can see both sides of the action. Fires do burn out on Gummy, but that 9K and almost a full minute away from his next heal, as Latino Heat comes under Marceau torpedoes. And Moskva on Moskva action. There it is right there, the AP. Now let's take a look at CITA's battleship, Latino Heat. That seems to be the only option for TK to get back into this, or at least extend the game by mere seconds.
I don't see the Vermont going down in 23 seconds.
No. Not at
Maybe
all.
if they had all 11 minutes?
11 minutes could work. So with 10 seconds to go, I'm going to get set up for my death pick. We'll choose the Moskva. And I got to think about... do something like this. There we go.
An official Wargaming blowout.
You guys know me. I love my death pick. Gotta get a death pick. And it is indeed an official Wargaming blowout as CITA. It just handles Team Kratos. One more game to go for this round. That was quite the avalanche, yes. Well, hello, Gabriel. Good morning to you, sir. Okay, while we wait for the next game, I'm going to run another 3-minute commercial break, you guys. Not because I hate you, but because I hate when ads run during battles. So I'm going to do it now so that we can just keep our ad-free time built up. All right? Lol, no. Ads, says legit. I mean, yeah, some of you guys, like you and Gabriel and, you know, aren't going to get ads, which is cool. Nothing going on in the Discord. Okay, good. Hooray! I know, right? Gabriel, you've been just, if you're just getting here, you missed a couple of really fun games, but more to come. Imagine getting ads. Could never be me. Hey, you know what? If you guys are, you know, if people, I'm saying this now during the ads, but people are supporting me via, you know, sticking around through ads. I really do appreciate that because it does support me as a streamer. Days like today, I don't have to do, you know, I don't have to do these tournaments, but I like doing them. And one of the best ways that I can justify doing them to the wife is saying, look, I made money today. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be through subbing. It could be through ad revenue too. That's perfectly fine. You went to sleep at 3 a.m.? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Gabriel. So what time is it for you in Brazil? I think it's, what, 10 now? 10 a.m. almost? That early? Yeah, it is 10. Okay. It's time to dance. It's always time to dance in Brazil. It's always time to party. 10:30 in Newfoundland, yes. The most easterly time zone in the Americas.
Cleveland?
Cleveland. So Melanie, the Wisconsin. Melanie was the Wisconsin. That pool 1. No Brain was the Des Moines pool 1. I'm trying to think about the players that we just saw. Alfax was the Gearing, and that's pool 4. He did quite well for himself, though. Did the things he needed to do. You know, it's so nice. Chat, if you guys want, feel free to chime in with the weather report. What's it like by you guys? For us in Chicago, it's finally getting cool, which is a good thing and a bad thing because usually in Chicago, when it starts to get cool, it just turns to frigid in like a day. So, or it just gets really hot again. One of the two. It rarely just stays a nice, comfortable cool. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
First to kiss the crack of dawn, and Dawn just loves it. There you go. Texas is pretty chill. It's raining. Oh, you're in Ireland, Meodothi. I had no idea. Cool. So, welcome back from the commercial break, everybody. I was saying during the commercial break, which is silly because those of you watching the commercials didn't hear me. But if you are listening and hanging out and you do sit through commercials, I really do appreciate you because it does help support me or any other streamer when you sit through ads. I know it's a pain in the butt, but it's the free, think of it as the free way to support a streamer, right? You don't have to spend any money. You just have to sit there and maybe mute the channel or something else. But when we have days like this, tournaments and whatnot, being able to go back later, for me to go to my wife later and say, this is why I did it. And I had like, you know, XYZ numbers, and then here's my ad revenue, here's the people that subbed. To be able to show that to her and say, look, I made this much money on this day, it really does help to justify waking up at but early o'clock, right? And being able to do this on a Saturday, which is a day I don't normally stream. We will probably be doing an after party and hang out later as well. If you don't meet the number, you get the belt. No. Nothing like that at all, Durans. There are some, I know you're probably saying that in jest. Unfortunately, there are some streamers that are in that situation, that are absolutely in that situation. I'm never in that situation with my wife. It's always, this is bonus. This is beer money, if you will. You know what I mean? This is like travel money. This is money that we can use to do other stuff. For me, it's also money that I can maybe use to upgrade my system. So maybe my 3080 Ti is at the end of its life at some point, and it's time to get a 50 series. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys tuning in, being here, and chatting and all that kind of stuff. And Puddin', we have a game.
Do we now?
Yeah, and hey, thank you again for waking up and casting with me, man. I was ready to do it all by myself, and then you just showed up. That was really cool.
Surprise!
Surprise, mother effer. Let's go. Gabriel, we got married on June 1st, 2008. So I gotta do math now. I don't know. 25 minus 8. 17 years. All you see is Wargaming are like clowns. I was expecting any tier 10 ship from the container, and they just have the coal ones inside. So a recommendation, Riggin, it's too late for you, but for anybody else, a recommendation with those containers is try to get the coal ones out of the way first, then open the container. You have a better chance, therefore, at getting a doubloon ship or something else. Anyway, here we go. Game 2, CITA versus TK. CITA is up a game, looking to make this a 2-0 sweep. We've got Comics the Pirate in a Gdansk with Jersey Mike. M. Jester is now in a Kleber with Abanu for boosted survivability. Real King Cool Cat's like, ha! I can play this game with 2 fewer flags. Suck it, everybody else. He's in the Cassard with Abanu as well for the boosted survivability expert. Master Graf is now in a Stalingrad with reload. We've got Air Dusseldorf in a Venezia without unique upgrade. I would absolutely go with unique upgrade if I'm playing Venezia now in 2025. We've got the Italian Junkie in a Goliath with your typical kite-away lighthouse farm build thing. It's interesting. He's still speccing into concealment and lighthouse. At that point, I might just drop concealment altogether and go for other survivability things, like drop the module and go with the rudder, you know, and then drop the 4 points on concealment expert and pick out a numbered. Make you faster and better at long range with your aim. Anyway, we got Latino Heat in his Vermont. Tell us about TK, por favor.
Well, to the south, or Team Bravo, we have the Gearing-Nevsky duo again. Nothing's changed on their build.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Moskva. Unique upgrade for both Gearing and Moskva. We have the Lucian. That's a new ship.
Yeah.
Checking out the middle. Realizing that possibly somebody would be scouting the middle. The Lucian does have RPF. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Unique upgrade Des Moines. We got a Castile instead of a Marsilli, and we traded out the Wisconsin for the Montana.
Yep.
Typical U.S. build. He's got one of the special captains on the Monty. Special captain on the Des Moines.
Mm-hmm.
Castile with missing a flag. Probably not that important.
Probably. And the reason why we're calling out the flags being missed, so everybody is aware, we talked about this earlier a little bit. Everybody gets press accounts. So these press accounts are loaded with all the special captains. They even have pre-builds now, if I remember right, so they don't even have to worry about trying to spec up the captains anymore, although they can re-specialize them if they want. And they get tons of flags. And so there's no reason not to take a flag. Every little flag can have an impact, even a ramming flag if you're not sure. And Lucian is an interesting ship By the way, for those of you not in the know, Lucian Black has been announced as a dockyard ship during the Black Friday festivities coming up in November, which is also the same time as the next King of the Sea, which is literally the entire month of November, starting on the first day of November and going until the weekend before Thanksgiving.
That include the international finals?
The international finals are going to be the weekend before Thanksgiving. So literally the first 4 weekends of a 5-weekend month.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we're not waiting another month.
Mm-hmm. When
Just
we
get the tournament out of the way.
when I got some slight advanced warning about the dates for King of the Sea. It was really nice to get those advanced warnings because, like you guys, the viewers, you know, as a caster, it's nice to try to be here for these days, and knowing ahead of time means I can try to schedule my life around them, as opposed to the opposite way. I know, right? So
You're not supposed to have a life that does not revolve around cots.
So when I found out about the dates, all I was told was November. And I said, do you have any specific dates in November? And the response was November. And now I understand.
I like this response.
I understand, you know? November. That's it. November.
That's almost as the greatest response ever anywhere when a certain gentleman complained about not being able to get the super ships because he literally sold every ship he had, including all the tier 10s.
Oh, that sounds painful.
After it was announced, you have to have, was it 4 or 5 tier 10s? And Boggy's response to the guy was ...
There you go.
Oh, there's some excitement's going on the map somewhere. Lucian's capping A.
Yeah, so...
Back to mindless talk about something else because nothing's going on.
And sorry, Cthulhu, no, I said life, not wife. We do have a giveaway going for our first Distant Voyages container. That should be a perma camo. It's a random one, so you might get like a tier 3, but hey, you can dress up your boat in pretty colors. No Brain is way out in front, being farmed by everything.
Well, I think he got touched by the Vermont because that's an awful lot of no HP.
24,000 damage from the Vermont.
And got
Kleber
touched.
got some damage in as well as the Goliath. But back on the other flank, not much doing as TK does come away with the A cap. Lord T. Krieger is able to grab in the Lucian. I love that decision, that mobility there. For those of you guys who don't know what's so special about the Lucian, if you're thinking about the upcoming Lucian B dockyard, she's got a really nice hydro. This is the part that everybody forgets about Lucian, right? That hydroacoustic search reaches out to 5.5 kilometers, so it detects ships quite easily. You can see him pounding away right now on the Master Graf Stalingrad with his main battery. If the ship hull looks familiar, it should, because this is essentially the Tier 9 Soviet destroyer hull. What was it called again? Starts with an N. Neustrashimi, of course. Neustrashimi. So it's a Neustrashimi at tier 10. What's up, White Wolf? And she's got, instead of a super heal, she's got like a slow tick heal. So it runs for a very long time. There's 43 more seconds. 43 more seconds. So you have to get in the habit of popping your heal as you're taking damage. Not like towards the end. Exactly, VT. Right. So, you know, it's kind of like Sevastopol too, but the difference is Lucian can actually go dark and take advantage of the heal, where Sevastopol just keeps getting slammed and eventually dies. New Strashimi, you're going to get with a 50% coupon we're getting. Yeah, that's a good pickup. Good pickup. Although I would say if you've got a tier 10, you might want to pick up one of those with the coal coupon, just because you get more savings that way. BT, I can't wait for Team League again either, which is why I'm casting the German edition, because I love Team League. This is my favorite tournament in Warships. And I mean that, by the way, and you're gonna hopefully hear me say that in some official wargaming video at some point. Anyway, Lucian's main difference is the insane effective AP DPM. Yes, this is true. This is true. You want to play in the next team league? You know, everybody should sign up for it, frankly.
The enemy is about to win.
There's no guarantee that you'll be picked for it, but everybody should absolutely sign up for it. Also, pro tip, if you don't get picked for team league in the first day, or during the draft, still show up on the morning of the first day because they almost always need replacements right away. Yeah, it's a great concept. It's a very fun tournament. These guys do a great job organizing it. Everything is just well executed. The prizes that we can give away to you guys, the viewers, are fantastic. And who doesn't like spending Wargaming's money, huh? Let's go. Melanie pushing. Go ahead.
Interesting that they smoked up the Nevsky onto an A cap. Like, I feel like this was unnecessary.
I feel like we're about to see a dead Montana.
No.
I mean, 4 torpedoes from the Cassard? Whoa.
Just don't look, and you won't see it.
Oh, right, okay. What's happening, guys?
We could talk about the Lucian on the other side, you know, not the dead Montana that lived, but we're going to have a dead Gearing here, because he don't get out of this at all.
Let's take a look. Yep, Alfax being eliminated by M. Jester's Kleber with reload boosting. But I think M. Jester is also going to go down here. T. Krieger's in a good position to just farm him out.
Quick, somebody get ready to clip. But, I mean, you're going to lose the Nevsky, so, like, oh no, you traded a Kleb for a Nevsky and a Gearing?
Mm-hmm.
You know...
there goes the Montana.
See, that Montana we weren't looking at. See, Denver happened.
Well, meanwhile, Dusseldorf using his smoke, deciding to stay within radar range, so that defeats a smoke.
Well, I mean, that's until the Nevsky dies or it runs out.
But I think he doesn't care because he wants to keep the Gdansk alive. So that makes sense, I suppose.
We have a dead Nevsky.
6. There we go. Dead Nevsky. Is Missouri worth getting nowadays? If you're a collector, sure. She's still a tier 9 premium, so she still does have decent to good credit earning. Just not as good as it used to be, as the Castilla takes a huge brick salvo up the butt.
I think TK got a little too aggressive, especially on Alpha when they had it, like knowing instead of had to push into it, like the ships were too close for comfort.
Oof, oof. Oh, that was just a assassination right there by the Lucian.
Well played to him.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a minute for CITA to get into A cap and flip that.
They're not gonna. Oh, I see. You're talking about over here. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a very close game. The question is No Brain but Smoke Train gonna come out and find a way to deal with King Coolcat's Cassard? Kind of feel like he's the key. He's the linchpin here. He's got to find a way to convert a kill and not die himself. And I'll say it like this. The Goliath isn't going to do it for him.
Venezia.
Torpedoes, deep water torpedoes on the Venezia. That's right, Lucian's got deep water torpedoes. Very hard to spot. Hopefully the Moskva is thinking I should have my radar or my hydro on because I see a Gdansk, but I think he's forgotten about it. He'll probably do the standard COTS thing, which is spot the torpedoes, then pop the hydro.
Well, he might want to pop a heel too.
He does have a heel in the barrel, so he absolutely should pop the heel. There we go. And he's going to allow himself to be rammed. Wow. Okay. That's actually enough for TK to win. Get enough points.
Well, I think what happened there was Lucian killed the Gdansk. They won the game, and then the ram happened.
Yes.
Split second.
Yes. So, brilliant play by the Lucian, getting 3 pivotal kills, allowing TK to tie up the series
Oh,
at
it's best of
1-1.
two, right?
These are best of 2s. You got it. You enjoy the analysis streams?
Unfortunately, Team Bravo finally pulls off a win.
Mm-hmm. In these tournaments, do the teams choose the map? In the playoffs, yes, but in the group stage, no. So, I believe. Let me just say the GG and thanks to both teams. I try to be a good sport like that, but sometimes that's difficult. So let's see here. And I need to pop this. Okay. Here's the rule set. Oh, it's in German, so if you can follow German, you're good. If you can't, you can see here. These, I believe, is the spawn positions. These are the prizes, by the way. When I was talking about spending Wargaming's money, the streamers behind these tournaments get a prize pool giveaway, which is really cool. Who just won our distant voyages? Brutus won. Congratulations, Brutus. But somewhere in here, it's going to be the map rotation. Somewhere in here. Rigged indeed. Rigged indeed.
Complaining about years about why does the winner always win?
Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow is going to be the playoff. It'll be best of 3, and we will see, I believe, pick bans and stuff like that. And then you got repost as round 3 map, which is always fun. What's up, Katie? All right, I need to get a commercial break in while we get set up for our next round. So don't worry, you guys are not going to miss a thing because we need to get set up. We'll probably stay with Source again. I think that might be easier for us putting. We'll see who Source is covering next. In the meantime, commercial break. And Rigadin, you're right. The Iowa is objectively better than Missouri. But if you're a collector, just get the damn thing and be done with it. We'll have to wait till we get the next games here. What time is it? 19. Okay, so they just opened up. What? Oh, okay. Okay, I think they just launched this game here. Maybe that's what we're seeing. Okay.
Well, I'm going to use this opportunity to use the restroom.
Yeah, definitely. Boats
Well,
all
we try
day
to learn
long.
German.
Well, thank you, Rigadin. I like you too. Odin says, boats all day long. You're trying to reach silver today. Good luck with that. What ship are you using for that, Odin? And while the commercial break's going and while we're waiting for the next room to be up, I'm going to open up my window. It's getting a little warm in the stream room now. So get some cool air in here. Okay. Iparanga is a cheat code. Absolutely. You get a high caliber every game. I mean, that's what we call the Save a Star medal, right? Oh. No, source is Citarella and Private Penguin, so we don't want to do any more Citarella games. So, let's pick a different one. I see what they're doing now. Okay. Team Crotto and Not and Siren and Joe. Let's do is the other one up? DLDE. No, they tied it up. Okay, I don't see the other one. So let's go, if you can hear me, Puddin', we're gonna go to Killsteel's room. DLD Killsteel's room? Ah, you're already there. Look at you. And so we're gonna be doing, this will be Team Crotto versus NEISCH. There we go. And you guys can see the players. Team Crotto and NEISCH is right above them. So their team leader is pool 1 pick, Warship Foxy. I don't recognize any of these names either. Do we have an update here on the tournament page? Yes. Very evenly split. Look at this. I can't remember if it's we deciphered this with Raptor last time. I think it was one of these SF and SA numbers that you look at here. Let's see. Joe won 2-0 against NEISCH and then tied up against Team Crotto in round 1. Okay. So they have 3 wins under their belt. Citarella has 2. So it's got to be this column here that we're looking at for wins. Siren and Penguin on the bottom with 1 each. Now they are facing each other, so one of those is going to stay on bottom. The other one, wait, no. Siren's facing Joe. Ooh. Interesting. Anyway, we'll be bringing you guys TK and NEISCH, and that'll finish us off for covering TK. NEISCH. Cool. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Team League, the German edition. So all of our teams are German. And the tournament is done in German, but I decided I like tournaments and I like waking up early. So here we are covering it in English for those of you guys who are not German speakers. And I do appreciate, I saw a comment earlier, Von Most says, I enjoy these analysis streams, something different than the point of views on other streams. Try to make it different for you. Try to make it different for you. Super Chimpy, hello. Zath is insane. No, I'm not. I was tested. It's okay, SF. My doctor told me no. How are things in Florida, SF? Hopefully good for you. I'm sure it is because it's Florida.
Did you get a second opinion for the so-called test?
No. I just took the result that I wanted. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Right. I was told not to do that because, you know, I finally found a doctor said smoking was good for you.
Yep. There's a home version of the test. Yeah, that's called the wife. Burnt? Hey, what's going on? Your mom. Yeah. Once upon a time, that would be true. TK is unreadied. 76 degrees. My wife. That's right, Von Most. 76 degrees in the stream room now. But I got the window open. I want to say it's like 55 out. So in theory, it'll cool down in this room. If not, I'll open the door and that will work. Greetings and salutations to you as well. Isn't it nice to have a tournament with no delay, guys? Now,
What? There's no delay.
there's no delay. You might be thinking, wait a minute, can't these players peek and watch and listen to the various casters? The answer to that is yes, they can. However, there is a referee in the voice channel of each of these teams listening in for anybody to say, hey, Zath said this, or watch out, I know this player is running this build, etc., etc., etc. So, you know, the attempt is there to keep things as even as possible, right? As fair as possible. What's cool about that is we're able to bring you a tournament with 0 delay instead of all those other ones that require 5-minute delays. 80 degrees where you are, Tsark. Congratulations. All right, we got ourselves game 1. Let's take a look. TK versus Team NEISCH. No Space Center button pressing at the end. I don't know what that means, but let's continue with the lineup. We've got Lord T. Krieger in the Lucian again. Managed to get a lot with that before. In the previous game, we've got Alphax again in a gearing with Special Captain and none of the special skills. Pandolfi is in a Nevsky again with, I believe that is... I believe that's Opizov. I think that's Kuznetsov with the buffed consumable specialist skill. We've got Des Moines, that's no brain, but Smoke Train again with his unique upgrade and special one. Ah, yes, getting rid of the delay at the end. I know we can just yeet ourselves right into the after party. I'm looking forward to that. We've got a Moskva with unique upgrade, and I believe that's Zemensky with the turret traverse buffed skill. We've got Gummy Up in the Marseille. And finally, Melanie again in the Montana. Now, Melanie got rocked pretty hard last game, being very aggressive in that Montana. We'll see if that happens again. Puddin, tell us about Team NEISCH, our first look at them today.
Team NEISCH, we have a Marcelli Pew Pew build, a Petrel unique upgrade I don't agree with, the Dalny typical DD build, I would say. Another Marcelli with more pew pewing. A Kremlin who says flags, they're overrated by not bringing 2.
Yeah.
They're going to Bacon, and the heavy contested side is going to be won over by a unique upgrade Shimmy, wonder if he's running the 20 KMs, and a San Martin.
Yeah, it looks like the Shima's running 12s. Okay, and yep, there's a San Martin. It's weird, the Kremlin, if you look at it, he's running Zemensky. He's got 3 buffed skills, and he's like, nah, I don't want any of them. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, they're overrated. Do you really need your
Clearly.
turrets to turn? Do you really need to get, like, your heal or anything back, or stop anything from getting disabled?
Mm-hmm. As a reminder for those of you that are watching this live, we do have giveaways in chat every, I don't know, X amount of time or so. It's a mixture between blue bonuses codes for blue boosters and distant voyages containers, which is typically going to be a permanent camo. Brutus, I don't think shared what camo he got yet, but it'll be interesting to hear. Now, unique upgrade Shimakaze, for those of you guys who don't know that, hi Seabear, the unique upgrade Shimakaze, it allows it to vomit torpedoes like crazy. However, it's at a big price, and that price is that the torpedo launchers themselves are glacial when it comes to turning. Absolutely glacial when it comes to turning. I love this mod because they changed the hit point pool of stuff, so now it says -1 on the guns. That's kind of funny. Smoke for the San Martin early is good and bad. One, it helps the San Martin stay hidden, but it also tells TK there's a ship with smoke over there. That could be the Delny, or it could be the Shimakaze. Gandalfi's Nevsky detected. Here come double Marseille shots with reload booster, because he's showing a bit aside. And Alfax's smoke is not being effective because of this Delny. So
Delny is spotted.
yeah, well, he opened up with his guns. So that got him spotted. But Gandalfi's still doing okay. I think part of the problem, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. I think part of the problem was that the Marsilis were using AP instead of HE. And I think they would have done more damage had they started using HE right from the get-go, forced the Nevsky to burn a DCP like he has now, and then set him on fire again using the main battery reload booster. Kind of like the traditional setup. Ah, Blue, you know Worship Foxy, huh? It's always fun when you see players you know in tournaments. Oof. HE Senpai takes a torpedo. If only he had this magical way of detecting torpedoes. Gandalfi,
Wait,
quite low.
there's a magic way to spot torpedoes?
Yes, it's called your teammates' faces. No, actually, the reality is it's called Hydro, and he's got it available, but he's not using it.
Well, I mean, because that's not magical, that's science.
Nevsky is suffering again. This is true, but you know what? I kind of like seeing Nevsky suffer because those things are a pain in the butt to kill.
Well, I mean, the Nevsky's suffering, the Delny is suffering-ish.
Yep, and Alfax is suffering too.
Like,
I think the problem though is the split fire. 3 ships shooting at 2 different ships. Versus TK, they're both focusing on the Delny. Which I absolutely think is the play.
well, I mean, they're kind of forced to shoot the Delny because he's spotting them.
Right, exactly. And that's why that's so important for these guys to be killing the destroyer, the gearing first, because then the Nevsky is, quite frankly, he's got no ability to smoke or hide. But because of the split fire, there we go. Now they're deciding to shoot the gearing, but it's too late for their Delny friend.
That's fine. They really didn't like him anyways. He
No.
barely gets any Christmas cards from these guys.
Oof, San Martin gets burned out at the other side of the map. Now, San Martin is a good kiting ship if you're able to charge up the funny button, and that's a big if, because you need to land shells, you need to get hits in order to charge up the funny button. And if you charge up the funny button, what you can do is you can heal, and then you can press the funny button and heal again in like 15 seconds after your heal is done. So use of the consumable and the funny button is crucial for that ship to be effective in a tournament environment. As you can see, the San Martin dying early in this means he probably was unable to charge up his funny button.
Well, when you kind of don't have anything to shoot at, can't charge it.
No Brains Des Moines getting some really good salvos with AP into Senpai's Marseille. For whatever reason, they decided not to chase the Nevsky. This is a huge mistake in my opinion. In competitive, you always secure the flank. You never just ignore a ship that's running away. This Nevsky is just going to farm baby farm for the rest of the game.
I know exactly what happened in that comp. Oh, don't chase the Nevsky. He's out of the match.
Yeah. Yeah, which is
all the times in Clan, I was like, no, you have to send at least one person to keep him honest.
And what you have to do is, honestly, you send as many ships as you can and get them out as quickly as you can, then move on. And you can see the result of that. One of Marseille's is gone now. Exactly. Always kill the Nevsky when you can. And he was on the back foot in both Marseille's. I thought, okay, for sure they're going to get this kill. But instead, they just sent him to A to die. Feels bad.
He was also low health, and oh look, he's now regained a bunch of HP, so now it's going to take longer to kill him.
Yep. Now the Nevsky's out of heals, but he doesn't care, right? He's not being shot at, and he's got range now. He can hide away as necessary, etc., etc. Meanwhile, we got the Kremlin in the middle of the map. We got Lucian's deep water torpedoes heading right for the Kremlin. And we got the Marseille trying to shoot the other Marseille, I suppose.
I think he eats 2 torps here.
He sees the torpedo, starts the heal.
There's the one.
He's flooding, but he knows there's probably another set of torps coming, so he waits to hold until he sees that second set of torps to DCP. Smart decision making there.
Well, they're in a pickle here. Nevsky, well, it was Nevsky Montana shooting Petro, but I think the Monty got too close to an island to continue shooting Petro.
Bomb Strikler Shimakaze, he's doing a really nice job of kiting away from the Lucian. He knows where the Lucian most likely is. And Gummy Hup's Marseille, his Hydro just stopped ticking. Tree Krieger might have detected some of these torpedoes with his Hydro. So the result is 1 torpedo hit from Marseille. He pulls over for some Starbucks.
Oh, I think he pulled over for some Flex Seal, knowing torpedoes were coming.
And I think we're going to see the Kremlin just shove right into the Des
The
Moines.
enemy is about to win.
I say that as he's actually slowing down? Because he wants to kill the Marseille. I think killing the Des Moines would be a better choice, but okay.
I hate to say it, I would definitely Marsilli, because Shimmy's going to have to fight the Lucian. So if you can get one ship out of that fight for him, that should help the Shimmy.
Yeah. The thing that I
The
don't
Shimmy
like...
was kind enough to drop smoke for the Lucian, so, you know.
Yeah. And now he's on Hydro. The thing I don't like about this, though, is it keeps the Kremlin in a position that everybody can get around. So we've got Melanie getting on the Kremlin side, slammed him earlier. Never mind. We got the Lucian's deep water torpedoes coming in the middle of the map. And Bomb Strikler is dead. Rip. Yeah, I disagree with the use of the smoke there, but oh well.
It was unnecessary. Why are you smoking knowing something's pushing you with Hydro?
Yep.
You're not going to utilize it.
Yep.
Unless it was a mistake, as the Lucian torps don't have
All
the distance.
skill, no luck. Oh, look, suddenly they care about the Nevsky.
What? No, they don't. They care about the ram that's going to happen here on a Kremlin.
Ooh. That's what No Pain needs to do. No Brain does, I mean. And he gets it. Surprised. Warship Foxy at 909. Never mind. Ooh, the Nevsky at 44 hit points. Oh, and survives. Stays dark, survives. 30 seconds left in this battle.
They're lucky it's only 30 seconds left, because it's the Petro who could easily win this 1v27.
That's right.
Good thing you brought the unique upgrade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't really use all of his consumables anyways.
Yeah, but no time extension. Because the
Sadly.
Nevsky lived.
Yep.
Because who needs to kill a low health Nevsky that has everybody's broadside for most of the game?
Right? So that's it. We got ourselves a triple death pick at the end. Congratulations to TK pulling off that win. Brilliant handling by the Nevsky, who basically said, hey, thank you so much for letting me live. Going out broadside, you might as well. Might as well. At that point in the tournament, you know it's in that game, you know it's over. So just come out and whatever. It was an interesting game, yeah. Yeah, North always brings some interesting strats from players. I want to know that Shimakaze for... Ah, okay. For NEISCH. that was pool 4. So one of the lower win rate players, which is fine because that's what you have on these teams. Okay, we're not stat shaming here, but that kind of helps you to understand the mistake that Shimakaze made, right? Popping the smoke when he's detected is very much a reaction, a random battle reaction from a player that maybe is not accustomed to playing competitive quite as much. Nothing wrong with that. It happens. Lucian doing a nice job of punishing, and that's the pool 2 player. Rock solid, you're most welcome. Thank you for being here to listen to me bring it to you in English. Yes, exactly. Time played in the game, and you know, all that kind of stuff. That's bad smoking when detected. It can be, yes. So in the case, Gabriel, we were talking about, the Shimakaze player got detected. Okay, Shimakaze's concealment is really good, right? God, what is it? 5'7", 5'4", 5'6",
5'5", or 5'6",
somewhere around there. So the point is, he got detected by the Lucian, right? So he pops his smoke. 5'6", thank you guys. He pops his smoke as a reaction. But see, the thing is, the Lucian has 5.5 kilometer hydroacoustic search. So as long as the Lucian stays within 5.5 kilometer of the Shimakaze, which he kind of already has in order to detect the Shimakaze, the hydro defeats the smoke. And it doesn't matter there, so. And you had your German, English, Scottish translation book with you, Gaelic. There you go. There you go. We got 40 minutes to the next commercial break, so I won't run one right now. I'm concerned that teams might be readying up. Yes, exactly right, Forrester. So the result of that was he gave the Lucian smoke, so the Lucian was able to hide in the Shimakaze smoke and shoot the Shimakaze to death. And the Shimakaze player realized that and said, I guess I have to charge and try to make something happen. To his credit, he turned and tried to do that, but lost a lot of hit points, obviously, in the change to go bow in from running away. So, oh yeah, absolutely, SF. And that's one thing I like about this tournament is you watch players make a lot of mistakes, and it's a really good learning opportunity for everybody, right? Like, who's watching. Well, yeah, the guns are small and slow. For Shimakaze, the guns actually do hit like a truck. They don't have the greatest reload. And so, you know, he'll get 1 or 2 salvos off at the best. So, and yes, Garnsey, it's too early for liquid refreshment. I just have regular water right now. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and you don't know me that well, we do replay analysis on the channel. So I do a lot of talking through player-specific games, talking about their build, positioning, ammo choice, like all those kinds of things. So if you like my casting style and trying to bring in education with it, you may want to tune into some of my regular streams on Fridays and Sundays for some replay analysis. Now, with tournaments going on, I don't do replay analysis after that because I'm just frazzled by the end of it. So we just hang out and do live play after party stuff and screw around. But Fridays, I definitely will be doing replay analysis. Panzerkex, thank you for the sub. And Puddin', sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about... Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel, Puddin'?
What? The sugar-free zone?
Puddin's...
Where I complain an awful lot about 4501s and subs because they're just so freaking broken.
Puddin' is one of the most entertaining streamers to watch as long as you're okay with swearing. He finds the most colorful ways to describe everything that's happening in the game. And I will say he is quite a good player, so he can back it up with experience. So, yes, exactly.
Oh, thank God the game's starting.
In the middle of the Bonneville Salt Flats. Exactly. Yes, he comes up with new words. And that just happened. Hey, I am not invited to hold a team because I'm not German. So this is only for German streamers. which is why you can see the 6 teams there in front of you. What do I think about Sibir in competitive gaming? I don't know enough about it to really give you an answer for that. I have it in my port, but I haven't played it yet, I think. Let's see which side. We need to do reversed. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next game. NEISCH up to the north this time, trying to get a win off of Team Crowdo's team. Let's take a look at the lineup here on Warriors Path. We've got JG300 Ufsplo in a Delny, your typical gun build Delny. You got Bomb once again in Shimakaze with unique upgrade, and also worth noting he's got the special Suzuki Captain, which gives buffed survivability expert. A really good choice there. Senpai, HE Senpai is in a Marseille again with Abanyu. I might be running Honore instead for the buffed Adrenaline Rush and buffed Turret Traverse, but okay. Warship Foxy, also an identical build in a Marseille. Sir Barrett in San Martin again with Special Captain with Survivability Expert. Is that Lisboa? Does Lisboa give you buff Survivability Expert? Finally, we got the Petropavlovsk with unique upgrade. No Special Captain for him. And our first time seeing a Preußen Puddin. Dragolf in a Preußen full secondary build with a little bit of guns to back it up.
You pronounce it wrong. It's the Prussian.
Okay.
All right, to the south, we have a unique upgrade smoking Gehring with Denevsky. I'm shocked and appalled to see this lineup yet again.
Yep.
A unique upgrade Moskva, the Lucian going middle to get some early spots. We have the Des Moines, Castile, Montana. Their builds really haven't changed. Unique upgrade, pew pew, typical. Castile doesn't need a flag. Monty brought all the flags. Going to chocolate because diabetes. At least they're sending the Americans to the diabetic cap.
Yeah, I haven't played with Lisboa too much on the Pan American Cruiser, so good to know.
Looks like Lucian is also going over to chocolate after his mass spotting in mid.
I mean, it makes sense. You go into the mid, try to see, especially where their battleship is going. It gives you a general idea of where they're trying to push.
But in order to do that, you got to get a little bit more closer to the E line. Like, whenever I try to help or teach people clan battles, I tell the DDs, you don't cross into their side. If you're south, you stay in the F square. If you're north, you stay in the E. Right?
Yep.
You don't cross over. Because you're too deep.
Yep.
Well,
Svea
I have a feeling
is good,
they're
yes.
just going to shove this port oppression into A, and then he's going to get the press because he's going to burn to death. We're going to be shocked and appalled.
Yeah, so one thing that he's not taking that I think is important for any secondary build is going to be preventative maintenance, right? That's the skill over here, and Lutjens has a buff preventative maintenance. Now that's really handy for keeping secondaries alive, also primaries and torpedoes, and even anti-air. Not so important, I suppose, in a tournament environment, although with all the Dutch ovens out there, every anti-air gunner counts. So
you don't need preventative maintenance anymore.
Why?
Modules don't get permanently knocked out. That includes your secondaries.
Correct, but you...
I mean, you want to keep them alive longer than you possibly can.
Yeah. Because if I remember right, the way they've done it now is that they get knocked out for a small, like for a certain period of time, and then they come back now, magically.
Yeah, I think it's like 50 seconds or something, like when you get the... What is it, critical damage or critical whatever it is now?
Yeah.
One of these days, we're actually going to see the Gehring and Nevsky actually lay down a good smoke.
I know. They're getting practice, guys. They're getting practice.
But this really showcases, as much as we complain about it, how difficult it really is, and how the good teams really like make it work. Like,
Yep. Alphax was too far up with his smoke screen, and Gandolfi was too far away with his Nevsky. And interestingly enough, if the Delny player knows what he's doing, he's just going to W straight into the gearing. And if he can spot Alphax through the smoke, that's a dead gearing.
well,
Is he going
it's
through
funny
it?
because I think
He
we
is.
just saw this last game where they just ran right at the gearing at the smoke screen with, you know, 0 poops given.
Yep. Yep. And here it comes. And now we're seeing the Marsilis actually shooting the right target, the same target.
And the right ammo choice.
And the right ammo choice. This is good.
The Nevsky Torps are probably going to do massive damage to the Dalny.
Oh, absolutely. I like the decision to torp, though, because a lot of people forget about those torps, especially when you're chasing at full speed like the Delny is right now. You might actually run into these torpedoes. Nope, he's turning the opposite direction, so he won't.
Yeah, but it forces him to stay on a course or, you know, keep moving.
Yeah.
And once again, we trade a gearing for a Delny.
Yep.
Delny's what, on fire? Engines out?
Oh. He just got lit by radar. The pity about EU torp damage. I mean, yeah, but they still, because they're fast, they do have an impact on the game. Look at this dodging. Look at this dodging, guys.
I wouldn't say dodging, more or less like
Whoa.
for aiming.
Oh. Oh.
Well,
He
the
survived.
Delny survives.
He survived. Wow. Yeah, that's Neo from the Matrix. Someone can clip that. That was crazy. Well, meanwhile, NEISCH does pick up the A cap as a result of all of that going on. The Nevsky's a bad shot. Yeah. But, I mean, the Delny was also maneuvering quite a bit, too. Pants must be brown by now. Yep.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is you can't send the Marsilis to finish off the Nevsky because broadside to Montana Moskva.
Yes.
So they're kind of stuck there.
Now we're taking a look at B because we've got the Des Moines and Castilla pushing the San Martin with a Lucian buddy. So kind of like the same thing that we just saw on North. Now Castilla's pushing with Hydro. T. Krieger is pushing with Hydro. San Martin's radar is up, does not cover what's in B. Unfortunate.
Mine starting to farm out the poison. I like this decision.
What decision would that be?
Having Des Moines farm out the poison.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Montana?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of pushing into B.
Yeah. And there's no reason for the Des Moines to go into B. I agree. I think it's definitely a better choice to focus on the Preußen. Yeah, these are definitely different games. Now, if I'm the Preußen, I'm forgetting about this Montana. If I'm the Preußen, instead, I'm shooting the Des Moines, right? Because the guns have a pretty good reload, and they can absolutely pen the bow of the Des Moines. But he's not. He's too busy looking at the Montana.
I agree and disagree. I probably would have my guns on a Montana, still hard Wing, and just have fun with the Moskva too.
I mean, that's the other choice, is he could go full speed, get on the Moskva's rear, and together with the Marsilis and the torpedoes from the Delny even, just get the Moskva out. That's perfectly fine. I think the worst thing he could do is stop and reverse, which is what he's doing right in front of the Des Moines still.
That At that point, if you are going to stop him, you have to shoot the Des Moines.
Yeah.
Like, there's zero reason to reverse here. Right? Because really what you do is you give the Moskva time, for whatever reason, a W forward.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, turn just in time to catch that. Warship Foxy just executes the Moskva with AP. Brilliant salvo.
Was it Warship Foxy? I thought it was somebody who got all the damage, and Foxy just finished it.
No, well, Foxy came in with the kill. There you go. I don't know.
The Nevsky is wishing he had an island to pull over, get a Home Depot, get a hot dog, maybe a Costco.
But you know, the thing is, the Marseilles are not even caring about him, just like the last game.
I mean, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Despite 2 ship kills, TK is actually going to lose this game in 3 minutes and 40 odd seconds because they have 2 caps.
Stop jinxing Team Bravo with logic and math and stuff.
Hey, Team Bravo won last game, so I want Team Alpha to win because it's fun when you have tie-ups. Ooh.
Maybe we can go on to a game 12.
Oh, I love game 12s.
Best out of 47 series.
Yep, Gandolfi does take torpedoes from the Delny. 1. That forces out the DCP. He's got no heals remaining, and he takes 1 more on the tip that will cause a permanent flood. And that's despite having Hydro on, boys and girls. Look how close the timers are up to the top here. It is just a tip, yes, so a little bit less damage due to saturation, but the flood might be enough to kill him. Probably not. Yeah, they better be hitting 9, right?
Well, Monty's going down.
Monty's gonna go down, but the problem is that the Marseilles are not in a good position to turn that kill into another kill by shooting the Nevsky behind him.
The enemy is about to
Wait,
win.
there's a Nevsky behind them?
Yeah, you know, the guy they kind of forgot about and just, you know, ignored.
I think we all forgot about him because, you know, Des Moines.
I'll tell you, T. Krieger is doing a wonderful job of demonstrating why you should all go for the Lucian B dockyard.
But that's just a regular Lucian.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the dockyard one. That will probably be banned.
And now with both battleships being traded out, that's gonna be it for that. We still have 2 minutes to go. Petropavlovsk gets the Castilla. Oh no, now NEISCH is in the lead, but Delny on radar trying to run. Engines are out so he can't dodge as easily. He's on fire. That does it for him.
More importantly,
DK.
we're about to get a points here.
Yep,
They're flipping C. They're on
but
the win.
Senpai gets into the C cap, stops the point gain, and he's trying to get on the flank of No Brain. They got him with some good AP. Warship Foxy going broadside, takes the damage. This is Senpai's possible last salvo. Can he get it? No.
But he did flip the cap.
Senpai flips the cap and graciously slows down so No Brain can farm him for more damage.
There's also a Nevsky out there somewhere. Nobody knows where it's at.
Oh,
Everybody
right.
forgot about it.
And look, he's at 601 hit points.
What? Somebody found him?
Oh, he's gone now. Yep, they found him this time.
Oh, you don't want to be broadside to a San Martin. As much as we laugh about it, that's painful.
Mm-hmm. No Brain gonna open up on Senpai's Marseille. Does go down. And I think that seals the deal for this game.
Maybe the Lucian can yellow the Petro and get a solo warrior.
Sure. That does
Time
it.
says no.
Time says no. Get set up for our death pick here of the sinking Des Moines.
Oh, sure. Rub it in that the Des Moines is sinking.
Absolutely. One lone survivor for Team TK. And that's the Lucian. What a game.